Hey, can I teach you something really quick? I know Halloween is coming up and you want to do a colored face look, but you're not good at putting on the foundation. I'm here to help. Let's do a really bare bones tutorial on how to make it look good. So you want to be moisturized and all that, but give it time to actually like settle in. If you feel like your face is maybe still a little wet after it does, take a little Kleenex and just tap any excess that you might have because I don't want it to interfere with the primer. So for these foundations, I always go with something that's pretty silicone heavy because I want the silicone to really smooth out any pores, any fine lines, all of that. That way we have a nice smooth base for the foundation to go over. So I have like a little more than like a pea size amount and I'm putting it like in the areas mostly where I feel like I need it. If you're gonna be putting that colorful foundation all the way down, make sure you bring it down your neck too. So because it's the stick, I'm just going to put it on like normal, like you would any other stick foundation. If you have something that's in a pot, maybe take a little butter knife and put some on the back of your hand just to warm up the product, and then you can use a foundation brush to actually apply it. We're going to be using a foundation brush too, just after we're done. Now I'm going to take an actual foundation brush, any kind that you have that's like dense works, and I'm just going to use this basically. I'm not going to make it look nice and smooth and like not patchy. This is just for like getting it all over where I want it to go. Now that I've got my rough draft of this foundation finished, I'm going to take a beauty blender, make sure it's wet, and then start smoothing it out. So what I don't want you to do, I see you guys being really tough with these sometimes and just like slamming foundation into your skin. You don't want that. You want like butterfly kiss pressure when you're smoothing out foundation like this, because if you go in too hard, you're going to end up taking product out. It's going to be patchy. It's going to be really hard to blend. When you press on foundations like these a little too hard, you get lines. It just doesn't look good. You can see how little the pressure, like you're barely denting the sponge. So on my first round, I didn't get like a fully opaque layer. You can see there's areas where you can kind of see my skin poking through. I'm going to go through and add foundation pretty much all over like this, but I'm going to be using my beauty blender to blend this out. So I'm going to do a translucent setting powder. This is the RCMA No Color Powder. It doesn't have any tint to it. It's just like pure white. If you can't find something like this in like the drugstore, you can use your normal translucent setting powder. Most of the ones that come for beauty makeup have a little bit of a tint to it. You can use it. It's just going to look a little bit more yellow than the base that you have now, which is fine. It's just for Halloween. If you don't want to spend extra money, you don't have to. But I really do recommend a white kind of setting powder. Just be careful because a lot of the stuff that comes in the drugstore that's like this kind of color is usually a finishing powder. You don't want to set with a finishing powder because that's for after you use your normal setting powder to blur stuff out, and it's not going to sit right on this kind of foundation. So whatever setting powder that you have, I want to use a puff. So any kind of powder puff that you have, I like using these because they're malleable. So any kind of powder puff, crunch it up in your hand because we're going to bend it, we're going to really crush it, we're going to get it nice and soft, and we're going to be able to kind of fold it into like these areas that we can really set the foundation into. Now when I'm setting with a powder, I want to be really gentle. So I'm using a gentle hand. I like to start on the outer parts of the face usually. So I'm using a really gentle touch, again, patting it in. It looks like I'm like really smacking the powder into the foundation. I'm not. I'm doing very light, gentle kind of smacks. And I do want to pick up more powder as I go along. So you want to get a healthy amount of powder on there. So you can see it's like kind of excessive. That's what we want. We want it to be excessive. I don't want you to not get enough powder on the powder puff, and then what happens is you don't have any more powder on the powder puff when you're applying it, so the actual fabric of the powder puff starts lifting the cream foundation. We don't want that. The way to avoid that is to really get a lot of powder in there. You can see it's like coating. So when we do the under eye setting, you do want to go in, like I said, smooth out all of those creases because it is a creamy foundation. Go underneath, and we're going to do this one at a time. Because by the time you smooth out both eyes, the other eye is going to already be creased. This is exactly why I want you to use a powder puff. We're going to crunch it up, fold it up, get a lot of powder loaded in here. I like to make like this kind of face, almost like a mascara face, where you're like really get in to those fine lines and tap, and then hold it, go in with the powder puff, and set. Now for me, if you have like a larger nose, you have like these lines right here, I like to put my finger in my nose, tilt it to the side, and then get into that area that's a little harder to get into, then let go. Then we can set the rest. And again, you see how chunky that is up there? That hasn't been set. I'm going to smooth it out, and then I'm going to get my powder, keep the eye closed, and set. Now your face is set. Your face is probably covered in powder. Take a powder brush and really gently, again using butterfly kiss pressure, to brush off the excess powder. So if it looks super powdery in the beginning, good. That's how it should look, because in a few minutes, it's gonna be perfect. So now you can go through and add like your contour, your blush, your eye makeup, whatever you want to, because you have like a really nice base for it. So in terms of setting this is pretty good. The reason that we go so hard on the powder is because when you do that, it really seals in this foundation. I've seen some comments where people say like setting with a setting spray usually messes up this type of foundation. Yes, it does. You don't want to use stuff like this. Don't use stuff like that. It's usually like some of it like does lock in your makeup, like if you're using like the Urban Decay one or whatever, but it doesn't work with this type of foundation and this type of technique. For this type of makeup, if you do want to set it, what I would recommend are like aerosol setting sprays. It's like the one size, this L'Oreal one, the Kryolan one. Those are a lot better at setting this type of face because they're not gonna get it moist. They're not gonna get it wet. A lot of these types of setting sprays with the nozzles are usually for like settling the powder, making your face look a little bit more skin-like after putting on foundation. When we're doing colorful face, skin-like is like not really what we're going for. Thank you for watching. I hope that this helps you guys create like the type of makeup look that you want to on Halloween. Let me know if this helped. Thank you for watching and tag me if you use this technique. My camera is falling. Bye!